After many weeks of rumours and speculation, a spokesperson from Universal Destinations and Experiences have confirmed to the Bedford Independent that they have purchased land here in the United Kingdom for a brand new theme park. I'm Sean Sandbrook and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide in what is some of the most exciting theme park news I've ever spoke about on this channel for the UK. The thought of having a Universal resort in this country is very exciting, and what a 24 hours it's been since its official confirmation to the Bedford Independent. So I'm going to start off by talking about the statement itself. We'll then look more in detail at the land that has been purchased, and also I'll share all of my thoughts about this news. However, as I'm sure you can already tell, I am ridiculously excited for this already. I really am. Now, in terms of the location of this park, it's just a few miles out of Bedford itself, located in Kempston Hardwick, and yeah, it's kind of on the outskirts of Bedford with some really good infrastructure, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later in the video. But firstly, let's just get on to this exciting statement that was made to the Bedford Independent themselves, and here we go. So yeah, this is from Universal directly. We recently acquired land in Bedford and are at the early stages of exploring its feasibility for a potential park and resort at this site. It will be many months before we are ready to make a decision to proceed, and we look forward to engaging with all relevant stakeholders and the local community. Now, along with that, they also made it quite clear that no creative content of the park has yet been determined, and stressed that they are still very early in the planning stages for this potential project. They also said to the Bedford Independent that the company is always on the lookout for new park locations around the world with a large population, strong creative industries and thriving tourism and transportation infrastructure. This part of the UK was very appealing to them, and it's the ideal destination for a new resort. Wow. I mean, the fact that they've just come out and said that straight to the Bedford Independent is very, very exciting. So thanks to them for getting this confirmation from Universal themselves. Now, in terms of the land itself, we're looking at around 480 acres, which is a large parcel of land that has been purchased. And as we can see from this confirmation, there's still a chance, of course, that this won't happen. They are in the very early stages. However, the fact this is a major company, a company that we know is already expanding with lots of other projects. You've got Epic Universe that's currently under construction, a new theme park out in Orlando. Along with that too, they've just started construction on a new family park in Frisco, Texas. And yeah, they're always looking at expanding with different things around the world. It's quite clear that Universal have got the funding, they've got the backing and the know-how to bring this new resort here to the UK. And of course, we've got some great theme parks here in this country. However, we've not got anything on the level of a Universal park. And with the strong IP and attractions that they could bring to the UK, it's a very exciting time to be a UK theme park enthusiast. But still, let's talk about this land in detail. So yeah, this is actually the image that Universal provided to the Bedford Independent. So yeah, thanks to them again for this one. And there you can see the land that has been acquired. Very large parcel of land. And yeah, as you can see, it looks like two pieces of land really, with the road going through the middle. Don't think that would be a problem because yeah, there'll be a lot of infrastructure changes around the area if all of this does come to fruition. But yeah, this is located in Kempston Hardwick, and yeah, it's basically a piece of land that's been used as a former brickwork site. It's been very industrial in the past, all chimneys on there, lots of other brick buildings, and yeah, all part of the former Bedford brickworks. Along with that, you've also got some fantastic road infrastructure nearby too. It's not that far off the M1, the main motorway that runs straight up through the UK. Along with that, there's an A road very close as well, coming off from that, a nice dual carriageway that leads straight down to it. And yeah, along with that too, you've also got a couple of train stations very close to that location as well, which is fantastic. So you can really see why Universal have thought of this piece of land of being the perfect place to build this new resort. I can't believe that we're talking about this, to be honest. I never thought I'd be talking about a potential Universal park here in the UK. And it was all very exciting. If you go back 10 years, you know, when the London resort first got announced, and a lot of us thought, you know, if this ever happens, it'll be a miracle. You know, the London resort didn't really have the backing and even the experience that a company like Universal's got, one of the biggest theme park companies in the world. But back then there was a lot of excitement. However, all of us kind of had that inkling that, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. However, with this, I'm really confident that we could see this fully come to light. I really hope so. And I really don't think that Universal would have purchased this land if they didn't have the intention of going forward with this project. It also seems like they're very keen to get, of course, a lot of back in from the local councils. They also seem very excited about it. There's been a lot of reactions on social media, all the news sites, Sky News, BBC, everyone's been covering it this past 24 hours. So yeah, it really does seem like there's a lot of hype and excitement. And I've been reading through a lot of the comments before making this video that people have put on our post and on all these different websites and news outlets. And the amount of hype and excitement for this is incredible. It really is. Now, this location as well is also perfect in terms of the UK population because, yeah, over half of the UK population lives within a 2-hour kind of radius of this site that they've got. So yeah, that's another great reason for them picking this site in Kempston, Hardwick, yeah, on the outskirts of Bedford. So yeah, the fact they've got all of this infrastructure nearby is a really good decision for them, potentially building this here. Now, let's just go into other Universal resorts around the world. I'm sure many of you have been to some of their parks already. However, there's probably people watching this video who've never been to a Universal park or resort and don't really know what to expect. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about that. Of course, Universal resorts consist of a main studios park, and then also some of the resorts have like a second gate park as well with other IP and other attractions, some of them being original attractions and areas as well. In terms of the size, so we know they've purchased 480 acres here. Let's just talk about the acreage of some of their other parks. So there's currently 5 Universal resorts around the world. You've got Orlando, Hollywood, Japan, Singapore, Beijing. And also they are building another smaller park at the moment in Frisco, Texas, which is going to be a Universal Kids Resort that's family orientated. With this, it looks like we're going to be seeing a full-scale Universal park from what we are seeing here, and with the amount of land that has been purchased for this. Now, let's just talk about some of the parks and their acreage. So Islands of Adventure, which is a Universal park in Florida, that's 110 acres in total for that park. Along with that, Universal Studios Beijing being the newest of the Universal parks, that's 130 acres. So 480 when you think about back of house, potentially a city walk, accommodation, car parking, infrastructure, and that gives them plenty of room to do all of that and potentially have room for a second gate or just further expansion to that one park in the future. But I do think with Universal, you know, they were very forward planning, especially these past few years, so they've probably thought about the location if they need to acquire more land or already the land that they've purchased, being very careful with the placement so they could easily expand or add a second gate if they wanted to in the long-term future as well, if this all does come to fruition. Now, in terms of that, what IP could be used here? You know, what sort of attractions could we see? A big part of the Universal experience is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and yeah, with Harry Potter being based and created here in the UK, it would be amazing to have the Wizarding World featured at this new park. However, as it was mentioned in the statement, they say that no creative content of the park has been determined yet, and yeah, of course they don't even know if they're going to be proceeding with this. However, I do have an inkling that behind the scenes, surely they have a few ideas and a few plans that they want to go forward with in the future. However, that is purely speculation, so I'm not going to talk in detail about that in this video. However, stay tuned here on Theme Park Worldwide because, yeah, this is a really exciting project, and yeah, I'll be filming another video very soon talking about potential IPs we could see used and also attractions that we could see come to this new park here in the UK. I thought let's just stick to the facts in this video, what we know, the land's been purchased, where it is, how much land, and the kind of reasoning why they've gone for that plot of land too. So there we go, very exciting developments. Never thought I'd be talking about something like this on the channel, but yeah, my thoughts of it, obviously I'm very excited for for this. I like the location. I think the fact they've gone for somewhere, you know, not in central London itself. The London resort, the location was never great. However, with this, the fact it's like, you know, north of London, it's about 45 minutes away, but also you've got that connectivity to the rest of the UK infrastructure, motorway network, half the population, over 30 million people live within 2 hours of that site. Great planning. You've also got the local trains for public transport. You've got great road infrastructure, airports nearby as well. So yeah, they've really thought about the positioning for this. So yeah, I am very excited. Am I skeptical about it? If it was another company other than Universal or even Disney, you know, I'd be skeptical. The fact it's Universal, their rapid expansion plans that we keep seeing, and that they are just spending the money. They're not just blue sky thinking. They're actually spending money and building these new parks and destinations and new attractions, redevelopments, then yeah, I believe in this project, and I think Universal do as well. I really don't think they would have purchased the land if they didn't have the intent on building it. So yeah, in terms of a time frame, it's one that we don't really know loads about yet. There's been rumours that they'd want this open by the end of the decade, 2030. However, I think that's one for another video when we talk about the rumours, speculation about what we could see going to this site. But they're the facts that we know. Let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. And yeah, what a change this could make to the UK theme park industry. I do think though, it would create some really good competition for other parks, especially some of the bigger parks like Alton Towers, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Thorpe Park, but also, I think it would attract a lot more people to the UK, which would benefit other theme parks as well, especially for enthusiasts. A lot of people maybe from the States and other parts around the world would travel to the UK and then possibly, you know, who wouldn't have come here before Universal and think, actually, yes, we'll visit the new park, but also we'll travel to Thorpe Park or Legoland or Blackpool, you know. So it's one of them things that it would be a really good thing for the industry here in this country. I hope it happens. I've got really positive feelings about this one. And yeah, I feel like this is the first of many videos that we're going to be talking about this project in the future. But there we go. Thanks for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide. And that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. We'll see you in the next video.